A product photographer quoted me $4,200 for 30 skincare images, 3 weeks, and also a reshoot fee if the label changed before delivery. I'm going to build the same output in just 20 minutes. Then let's see if the photographer was still right. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete AI product photography workflow that turns one clean product photo, which you take on your phone camera, into 4 commercial assets, which could be hero shot, lifestyle product photography shot, UGC photograph, and a campaign creative which you can use in your Facebook ads. And I'm going to run the test I always run on a new tool. Not whether the image looks good, but whether the label is still readable and when the AI is done with it. That one test is the difference between a tool you can actually ship and a tool which you can only screenshot for social platforms like X and LinkedIn. The math actually doesn't work anymore. Here's what traditional product photography actually costs. A basic shot, it costs easily from $45 to $65 per image. And a lifestyle product photography shot, it costs from $100 to $150. A studio rental, it goes to $600 to $2,000 a day. Photographer day rate on top, another $500 to $3,000. Retouching, it costs $30 per image. A sample shipping, $50 to $200. Turnaround time, 7 to 10 days. And also add a rush fee if you need it sooner. A brand with 500 SKUs easily spends $125,000 to $250,000 a year on photography. That's a full hire for pictures. And that's only half the problem. Meta kills 50% of ad performance in just 2 weeks. The algorithm needs new creatives constantly. Every new ad angle is a reshoot. Every seasonal refresh is a new booking. The studio model and the ad testing model don't just talk to each other. If you're a dropshipper, it's even worse. You don't own the product, so you're running the same supplier photos 400 other stores. That's not a photography problem. That's an invisibility problem. So while AI failed you before, if you tried Midjourney for a product shot last year or any of the AI image tools, you know where this is going. The label warped, the bottle geometry shifted, the fine print became abstract art. You showed it to your friend and they say, "Is this AI?" And you quietly went back to booking shots. That failure is real and I've experienced it myself. But what I figured out eventually is that AI wasn't the problem, but the tool was. Most AI image tools are aesthetic generators. They're built to produce compelling visualing outputs, not to preserve the specific geometry and printed text of your actual product. You hand them a serum bottle, they generate something which looks similar to your serum bottle, but not your actual serum bottle. The tools that work for e commerce are built differently in 2026. They isolate the real product first, then generate the scene around it. The label doesn't move, the cap geometry stays intact, and the fine print is readable, which is the most important part. Let me show you the difference here. So once you open app.novabrand.ai, this is the dashboard you see. And since I already have my assets over here, it displays like so, but let me start from creating a new project. So I'm going to take face cream brand over here. And now that we have the brand here, let me just create the project. So it will take in the website and start analyzing the brand. So that's the first step which happens. The best thing about this is it actually helps you understand the brand and what it truly stands for. So as you can see, the brand profile should be ready. Let me click on this. And yeah, so it gets an idea of what the brand is about. And let's start creating first with a profile display picture. Yeah, so let's start with the product page hero, which is the PDP. And once I select that, you can see the category selected over here. And then let's select a product image. So let me upload a product image over here. So this is actually a product image shot on a phone. And yeah, so let me just so yeah, as you can see over here, there are different niches analyzed and done by NovaBrand.ai. So it goes through your competitors' ads, niche ads, and brand ads, and you can select whichever type of creative you want to generate right now. So yeah, let me select the aspect ratio, which is 16:9, and I'll select standard pictures and 2 images, and then yeah, I'll do competitor ads. Let's generate the images. So now it starts going through your ads and whatever direction feels best for your own brand, it'll start applying those styles. And you don't have to think about writing a prompt or having to wait and learn image generation skills. So this just gets you quickly done with the image creators so that you can quickly upload it to your store listing. And yeah, let's wait for it to complete. Should take about a minute. And yeah, so as you can see right now, the first image is okayish, but I wouldn't use it. But the second image is really good. Let me just open the image and you can actually download. So you can see the text is intact. There's no spell check errors. And so this is a pretty good hit rate. So you can create and generate 5 images. So let us do another campaign over here. Let me start with an UGC image. Yeah. So yeah, let me just do a competitor style ad right now. And let me select 2 images again. Let's go. So the idea is that you need to create a lot of generators for your ads and social media campaigns. So the count is the biggest thing you have to look into. So the more number of creatives you have, the more you can use for marketing and paid ads. So that's what NovaBrand.ai is pretty good for. Let's see how the UGC ad creators are coming out. So as you can see, these UGC ads are pretty good. It actually passes in for a live image. And the interesting thing is you also have the ad copy generated as well. You don't have to think about creating a prompt and writing it, create for social media posts and so on. And also an interesting feature is that you can also refine and regenerate an image. For example, you can say that remove the toothbrush, and once you hit it, it will actually remove the toothbrush as well. So there are multiple things to play around here, and this gives you an idea. Here's the part about any AI tool which I care the most about. Does it actually tell you the truth about the product? A gorgeous image that distorts your product packaging isn't just useless, it's a problem. Customer sees the ad, they buy it, and they unbox your product. The product looks different from what was actually being sold. That's a return, a 1-star review, and a listing flag for inaccurate representation. Nothing kills a launch faster than a customer finding that they were catfished by some other product. So the question I keep coming back isn't if the image is actually good. It's, does this product image generated by AI going to match the product which the customer is actually going to open? That's what text label and preservation mean in actual terms. The AI tool shouldn't be inventing a new product bottle. It should be preserving your bottle and generating a world or a scene around it. And that is done by NovaBrand.ai pretty good. Before generating anything, NovaBrand scans winning ads in your specific niche, real creatives, real ad budgets behind them. It then applies those layout patterns to your generation. So you're not guessing what converts in your category. You're starting from what already does. I haven't seen other AI image tools do this. So it's the thing that makes this feel less like an AI photo tool and more like a creative research system. So let's get back to the original argument. Is this really better than a photo studio? So there is a nuance. Let's see where AI wins on. Speed, 2 minutes versus 7 days. Volume, 4 output image types, and up to 5 variants per each type. So the cost easily comes down to just around $29 to $45 compared to the product photo studio, which costs for $500 to $2,000. Aspect ratio, everything is supported right from Meta's Shopify, Amazon, TikTok, all served from one single source. 20 ad variants in an afternoon instead of a month. So where does studio actually win? Absolute hero craft. If your category lives on rich texture, luxury finishes, or extreme close up detail, keep a human photographer for these shots. And if you have to think about clothing photography on the very high end, then Photo Studio works. But AI is also closing the gap pretty much fast on this. The play isn't Studio or AI, it's AI for volume and quick testing to get more revenue, while Studio is for more luxurious shoots. So, how should you plan your workflow? If you're a business owner, your photo shoot budget is now your Nova brand subscription. Upload every SKU, generate all 4 output types before launch. You walk in with a complete visual library before you've spent $1 on ads. If you're a dropshipper, You don't own the product. Use the supplier's raw image as your product input source. Set the brand profile to your store. Now you have a unique and on-brand images instead of the same photo that your 400 closest competitors are using. If you run an agency, paste the client's URL. The NovaBrand builds the brand profile by itself. It generates a full asset library across all their products. This used to take a production coordinator, a photographer, and a retoucher. Now it's one workflow and just one subscription. So AI won't replace the photographer who wants to shoot your brand's hero campaign. That still needs a human eye. But for the 80% of product images that are catalog maintenance, social variants, seasonal refreshes, and ad creative testing, the studio model is done. The brands that win from here aren't the ones with the biggest photo budget. They're the ones with the highest creative output. I've left the full AI product photography workflow, including the capture setup, the brand profile template, and export checklist in the description if you want them. And if there's a category that you want me to stress test next, let me know. Drop it in the comments. Whichever one wins, I'll build the next benchmark from that. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more interesting stuff about AI workflows and automations. See you soon.